Hi everyone, my name is Kristen Fusaro Pizzo and I am making this video to show you how you can pre-assign Zoom breakout rooms. Once I discovered this feature, I thought it was much easier to configure my classes into different groups because I already had them preset. Now there are a few steps that you need to take in order to get there, and I'm also going to show you a trick that I came up with in order to make it work more efficiently for me. So the first thing you want to do is log into your DOE Zoom, but you need to go into the back end account. So even if you have the Zoom client downloaded, you are going to actually need to go into the web browser and log in that way. So go to nycdoe.zoom.us. Then you're going to log in with your SSO account. I already have it preset, so that's why I logged right in, but you might have to type in your DOE email without the at schools and then your DOE password. So in my case, it would be K Fusaro Pizzo and then my password. I use my PMI, my personal meeting room, because it personal meeting ID or personal meeting room, however you want to, whatever way you want to call it. I use that same information over and over again because I find it to be much simpler. So what I'm going to do is then I'm going to go into meetings on the left hand side over there, and I'm going to click on personal room because that is the same link that I continuously give my students all the time. This way it allows them and me, I feel like, much simpler system for them to just use the same link all the time. Now you're going to see I already have my 18 breakout rooms set up, but I'm going to show you how I got there. So what you'll do is you go down to breakout room, view detail. Now, like I said, I have the breakout rooms done already, but you may not have it. So in that case, it'll kind of look like the edit, in which case over here, you'll have edit. On the left-hand side where your rooms are, as you can see, you can create up to 50 different breakout rooms and assign a total of 200 participants. So if you're teaching 5 classes, this is plenty. You want to determine how many groups that you want to pre-assign beforehand. I always have 6 groups per class. That's just the way I structure my classroom, but you need to figure it out for yourself. So for me, I decided that I wanted to name the breakout rooms based on the period, and for them, my students, it's the team number. So it'll be blank on your side. I already have it filled out, as you can see, but when you have it, you'll just have the plus sign. You'll hit the plus sign, and then you'll go ahead and you'll change the name of the breakout room to whatever you want it to be. Okay, now I don't want to really use that one, so I'm going to end up throwing it in the garbage, but you just hit plus for however many breakout rooms that you're going to want. I set up all 18 because I am teaching 3 classes right now, and that's 6 teams or groups or rooms per class. So I keep using that same link. So that's why I set up all these breakout rooms in one personal meeting room. Okay, so I just find it easier this way. I don't need that, but so I hit up to 18, and then I renamed all 18 of them to align with the teams that my students are already in. Now they know what teams they're in. They've decided that themselves. So that's a different step. So, like, for example, period 2-1, that's team 1, period 2-2, team 2, so on and so forth. Now, you're not going to have any participants to add. This is where it gets complicated. Our students need to use Zoom with their nycstudents.net account. Okay, so this is where it gets hard. You could import it from a CSV. Okay, that is where you're going to use a Google Sheet, or you're going to use Microsoft Excel in order to create this spreadsheet. It's a comma delineated spreadsheet, but it has to be created in a certain way. Now, this is where it gets complicated because you have 2 ways of acquiring your students' DOE emails. You have them input it themselves, or you can collect that information from STARS. When you go to your STARS classroom, NYC DOE, you can log in again with your DOE credentials. I don't want to actually log in for this video because right away it pops up. Well, I think I can hide it for a minute, but I want to protect my students' information, private information. but it will show it should pop up with your classes, in which case you are able to actually see each of your students. Yeah, so you'll have your classes. I'm not going to click on the classes because that's when my students' private information will come up and I want to protect that. But your classes will come up and each of your students and their DOE email will show up. Now, that is one way you can acquire all that information. You could download it directly from there. When you click in the class, you could download it directly from STARS. I did not want to do it that way because my students are already set into different teams. They're in their own different teams. And if I downloaded the spreadsheet directly from STARS, then what would happen is it only comes in alphabetical order. So I would have to sit there one by one trying to align each student into with their DOE email into the correct room, because the only way to upload the spreadsheet is in this format with pre-assigned room exactly as the title and email address exactly, just exactly like this. It has to be like this. So what I did instead is I made a Google form. I called it the Zoom Breakout Room Google form, and I sent this to my seniors. Then they completed this information with the last name, the first name. They chose the team that they're on because they know, and they inputted their DOE email. So the cool thing with this is that now I got all this information in a spreadsheet and I could just copy these two things, which I did, paste it into its own separated sheet. Then I download it as a comma separated value, a CSV spreadsheet. You download it. Okay, you have to download it right here. I have it excuse me, Zoom breakout room. Then once it's all delineated, you go back into your DOE Zoom account, the edit. In this case, I would click import from CSV, and then you drag and drop your CSV file right into here. And that's how now you can see I have each of my students, they're already pre-assigned into the proper group, so that when I go log into Zoom and I click breakout rooms, it will automatically send them into their pre-assigned breakout room and I don't have to do anything else. It's a pretty cool discovery. If you have any questions, please send me an email. You could send the peer collaborative teachers an email at teacherleaders@sitechhs.com. Thank you so much.